Hey everyone, you probably recognize me by now. I'm Ethan. Last time, I left you at the point where Jody and I escaped from our neighbor's place. As soon as we got out of there, Gabe and Justin followed after us. Thankfully, we were able to get to our car on time and drive away to the agency. "We have to hurry and catch them red-handed," Jody said on the way, "or else they'll run away." "It won't be easy to run away," I replied. "They have the whole setup in their room. They'll at least have to take that down first. We have some time on our hands. By the way, did you call the agency?" Jody nodded. "We'll meet them somewhere in the middle." We met with the men from the agency 10 minutes later. They were all going towards Justin's house. After getting some weapons from them, Jody and I turned around and followed the men. When we reached Justin's house and rang the doorbell, no one answered for 5 minutes. "We should just barge in," I suggested. "They're not going to let us in willingly." Everyone agreed, and we were about to kick the door open, when suddenly Justin appeared in front of us. "Oh, looks like I have guests again," he smiled. "Sorry for the inconvenience. I went out for a bit." Then he turned to me. "Ethan, you should have told me you were going to bring over more friends." "Cut the crap," Jody said. "We're here to arrest you." Justin gasped. "What? Arrest me? What did I do? Did I offend you in some way? The two of you just left in the middle of dinner. I tried to ask you what was wrong, but you just ran away." Wow. Even his acting was bad. I scoffed. "Please, we were not in the middle of any dinner. You had us captive in your basement. And your freaky wife, or should I say your brother, was threatening us." "Gosh, what are you talking about, Ethan?" He laughed. "You watch a lot of movies, don't you? Your imagination is a bit wild." "Let us search your house," one of the agency men said to him. "Either let us in willingly, or we can always find other ways." I seriously don't know what I did wrong, but fine, if searching this place will satisfy you, then do it. Justin gestured for us to get inside. I went straight towards the computer room upstairs and asked everyone to follow me. As soon as I opened the room, I was frozen to my spot. The place, which was full of devices earlier, was now something else entirely. All those computers and machines had been replaced with toys. Yes, literally, toys. "What the hell?" Jody exclaimed, turning to Justin. "What did you do to this place?" "What do you mean?" Justin asked innocently. "I'm preparing this room for my kid." "You have a kid?" I asked in disbelief. "No, but I will have one soon," he replied. "My wife is pregnant." "Why are you pretending like you don't already know? We had this conversation over dinner. Weren't you paying attention?" This jerk. Just how far was he willing to go to fool everyone? "Dude, please. Your wife isn't even a woman," Jody said. "She removed his wig right in front of our eyes. We know that his name is Gabe and that he's your brother. Your lies aren't going to work on us." "We can't do anything unless we have some kind of proof," the agency men said. "And this place seems normal right now." "Then search his wife," I said. "He can't change the fact that Gabe is a man. Justin, call your wife here." "Huh? But she's not here right now." "What do you mean?" Jody frowned. "We locked him in the basement when we escaped." "I don't know what you're talking about, but my wife Glenda is with her mother right now, in a different country. Since she's pregnant, she'll live in her mother's care for a few days." "What the actual hell? You sent him away, didn't you?" I exclaimed in shock. Justin shrugged. "Yeah, I sent her away to her mother. Have you got a problem with that?" This guy was unbelievable. How did he manage to hide all the evidence so fast? I had seriously underestimated him yet again. I searched the rest of his house in hopes of finding something, but it was useless. Even the basement had been cleared up. How did he do it? The men from the agency left, since there was no basis to arrest Justin, and Gabe was MIA. Jody and I went back to our house. "First of all, I'm really sorry, Ethan," Jody started. "I swear what happened back there was a mistake. I'm not against you. This mission is as important to me as it is to you, and I would never do anything to ruin it on purpose. Also, now I feel like everything that happened is my fault. Everything would have been all right if I'd been a bit more careful. I'm sorry." I sighed. "I guess we're even, huh? I got you arrested by mistake, and you got us captured. Let's just forget it and move on." She nodded. "But what are we going to do now? Justin has erased every trace of his operation." "I'm thinking, hopefully we could come up with a solid plan soon enough," I replied. The next morning, we were graced with the presence of none other than Justin Everett. My hand automatically went to my weapon when I saw him standing in the front door. Jody gave him a disgusted look. "What do you want?" "Why are you so rude? I'm here to make amends," he smirked. Not this drama again. Why was he here? "I'm sorry for causing any kind of misunderstanding or confusion," he continued. "I'm really not who you think I am. I just panicked yesterday because you guys were so suspicious of me." "That doesn't make any sense," Jody said. "Please accept this." He handed a bag of cookies to Jody. "I made them myself. I hope you like it." Did this guy have a screw loose? What was going on? "Where is Gabe?" I asked. "Do you mean my wife, Glenda?" Justin countered with an innocent look on his face. "As I told you, she's with her mother right now. Also," he leaned in to whisper, "she runs her mouth a bit too much, doesn't she? I heard about everything she told you. It was risky to keep her around, you see." I knew it. He sent Gabe away because Gabe had divulged all the details about their plan. I could only hope that Gabe was still alive. Actually, why did I care? I needed Gabe only to prove Justin was part of a very dangerous operation, but I'd lost that opportunity. After Justin left, I turned to face Jody. My eyes widened when I saw her eating the cookies that Justin had given her. "What the? Are you crazy? Spit that out!" I yelled. She gave me a confused look. I made her spit out the cookie, and she started coughing. After handing her a glass of water, I grabbed the bag of cookies and tossed them in the garbage. "I knew that you were an idiot, but how could you be so careless?" I scolded her. "Those cookies are laced with poison. I almost had a heart attack when I saw you eating them." "Well, technically, I didn't eat them. You caught me in time," she said. "And thank you for saving my life, I guess." I shook my head. "What were you even thinking?" "I was thinking about a lot of things, and I ate the cookie absent-mindedly," she admitted sheepishly. "Don't worry, I won't die this easily." Everything was okay, but I was confused about one thing. Since when did I care about Jody so much? I mean, sure, she was my mission partner and all, but I really hated her from the beginning. This was a marriage of convenience that neither of us wanted. So why did the thought of her getting hurt make me tremble? And she was so silly and just doing things that get us into trouble. I hated those kind of people. But, then again, she does have her strengths too. Seriously, I had never felt so conflicted in my life before. I had always been busy with my job and never had time for dating and stuff like that, but why did Jody make me want to do things I'd never done before? This wasn't good. And she would tease me endlessly if I confessed my feelings to her. I was sure that I liked her now, but what about her? She wasn't really fond of me earlier, and I don't think I'd done much to change her feelings. It would just be better for me to get over those feelings and say goodbye after the mission was over. "Oh, Ethan," she suddenly said, breaking my thoughts. "We need to move. This house isn't safe anymore. I've already arranged to rent a place, Let's prepare to move and think of a plan to catch Justin and his team red-handed. Yeah, this was a professional relationship. I couldn't let my feelings get in the way.